Amen. Thank you, choir. I don't know if Alice is a prophet or if she listens to her phone tree and reads the passage of scripture that I read or left. But that's exactly where we're going this morning in just a few minutes. We're going to take a journey with the wise men to Bethlehem. I thought that was awesome how God sets up all the details when you don't even know it. But before I do, we have, I won't even say a visitor, she's just a homegirl. And so we are so thrilled to have with us. She's doing a marvelous work in Colorado. She's our missionary from our church, and we're so proud of her. And her mom was just a little bit proud. But praise the Lord for Amy, and I'm going to let her come. And I said, when you come here, you always have an open invitation to share what God's doing. And I said, these folks wouldn't rest till you did. So at this time, let's welcome Amy to her home.
It's good to be home for a while. I have to admit, I enjoy being out in Colorado. Things are going wonderful out there. You know, when God's in the middle of something, He's going to see it through. And I'm out there, for those of you who don't know, helping with a church called Storyline Fellowship. We launched back in February of 2015. Met many obstacles, but have been able to overcome those obstacles. We started out in the elementary school because we couldn't get into the high school. But God opened up the doors last year for us to move into the high school. And now we're bursting at the seams at the high school. A couple Sundays ago, we had our highest attendance ever. We usually average between the two services around 600 people. We had 769 people in attendance that Sunday. The kids program is just busting at the seams. Typically, in our first service, we have roughly 125 kids. I think that particular Sunday we had over 175 kids just in the first service alone. So, you know, God's doing a mighty big thing out there. That same Sunday, we were able to celebrate a major milestone. If you remember last year, we purchased a piece of property. When we first approached the people about buying it, it had already been sold. The guy came later, and the land, his needs for that land had changed, and he approached the church and wanted to sell the land to us at a fairly reasonable price. And we were able to purchase the piece of land that already had a water connection, which was a big plus. Sold part of that land to a preschool that helped pay off the note. The North American Mission Board is so impressed with how well things are going with our church that they offered us $575,000 if we could match it.
Wow.
And because of the people attending the church have been such faithful givers, we've been able to save the money that the sponsoring churches have been giving to us, held that in reserve, so we have enough money to match the $575,000 and pay off the note years ahead of schedule. So now we're putting together a team to start the design phase of our building, and we're just praying that, you know, there's always red tapes and loopholes that you have to go through, so we're just praying for a fast track to be able to get started on building the building, because we're needing it. Looking forward into next year, that if things continue going the way they are, we're going to have to add a third service in order to accommodate the number of people that are attending. We've had 67 baptisms since we opened the church. They had their first outdoor baptism back this past summer, and I think over 200 people were in attendance, and I think they baptized around 20 people at that. They had a fall festival back in October, and I think there was over 500 people within the community that attended that. And it's a matter of just getting out and hanging door hangers and just inviting the community. And just, you know, word of mouth, just getting out and spreading the word, and just letting people know that you're there. One of our prayer requests for the near future is the janitor at the high school we're at. He's basically just kind of not charged us for all the rooms that we use, because we've had to increase the number of rooms that we use. They just basically have been charging us what they had. And we just learned at our first members meeting last Sunday that there's a new janitor in town, and so things are changing. So now we're going to be charged for every hour they're there and every room that we use. So our rent is going from $55,000 a year to $175,000 a year. So we're praying that, he's going to have a meeting with the principal to maybe hopefully get a break on that. So we're just praying that things work out there. And so if y'all could just pray for us on that. But they've, got it set in the budget, so, we're covered on that. It's just pray that people continue to tithe and everything. But that's another reason why we need to get a building built. So we're just, leaving the Lord's hands to take care of all that for us. We're also looking for a youth minister. We've had people to come in and volunteer to work with our youth and stuff, but, we're getting to the point now where we need to hire a full-time minister. So, it's out there, and I think he said the other day that they've had over 75 applications for the position. So just pray that, the Lord will provide us with the correct person to come in and lead our youth. I'm still working in the nursery and enjoying that. I've kind of moved up from the babies up to the walkers. I have one little boy that has just kind of attached to me, and he has a difficult time sometimes, but they can leave him with me and he's fine. So I kind of moved into his room to kind of help him out a little bit. But, you know me and kids, I'm having a good time. So we're looking at not looking to be a mega church. I know 600, 700 folks sound like a lot here. Where these people come from, that's nothing. But we're not looking to be a mega church. We're looking to be a multiplying church. And so we have a pastor that will be with us for the next year, and then he will go out somewhere in the Denver Front Range area to plant another church. We're currently sponsoring a church that's going to launch in February in the downtown Denver area called the Heights. And one of our members has gone there to kind of help do some of the things there she was doing with our church. And they're also looking at getting involved in international missions. We have a missions trip scheduled in March going to Bangkok, Thailand. And one of our pastors just came back from an exploratory trip over to London, England. And this is through the International Mission Board, and there's several other churches that's involved in it. So looking to help get involved in planting churches over in these areas. So there's a lot going on. Even outside of church, I've got my things that I've been involved in, the Citizens Police Academy, Alumni Association, we're volunteering community. We've done Shred-a-thon and Fire Safety Day, and just a bunch of things going on. So I'm staying busy. Have some wonderful friends out there. God has blessed me with some awesome friends out there that take me in on holidays and include me in on different things. And I always covet your prayers. And anytime anybody wants to visit Colorado, we welcome you out there.